Greetings to all fellow seniors and cultivators. Welcome to Voice of Heavenly Tao. Today we're diving into a really profound explainer. We're going to be exploring chapter 30 of our guiding text, and honestly, it unpacks a mystery that sits right at the very core of our existence.
I want you to start by thinking about a really simple, maybe slightly uncomfortable fact. Almost everything you touch today is already on a countdown to disappear. Think about it. The brand new phone you might cradle like a treasure today, in just a few years, it'll be forgotten junk in a drawer. The beautiful flower that opened on your table last week has probably already wilted and fallen. Even the stars wheeling overhead, as massive and ancient as they are, will eventually dim and cool. Because, let's face it, it's just the nature of things to break. So the crucial question we absolutely must ask ourselves is this: is there anything at all that never breaks? To answer this, today we are going to open a map. It's a map of reality with exactly 3 layers: the heaven of form, the heaven of energy, and the heaven of truth. Now, when I say heavens, please don't picture an astronomy chart or a weather report. This might look like a map of the universe, but it is actually a map of you. And drawn right there on this map, hidden in plain sight, is a way home. Here is our roadmap for this explainer. First, we'll map out the 3 heavens. Second, we'll look at form, the visible world. Third, energy, the weather of the mind. Fourth, truth, the formless real. Fifth, we'll examine the order of decay. And finally, cultivating the way home. All right, part 1, mapping the 3 heavens and why exactly 3 layers are enough. You know, pretty much every spiritual tradition out there has a slightly different map of heaven. But this chapter makes a really liberating move. We only need 3 layers for complete awakening. The Tao Te Ching tells us the Tao gives birth to 1, 1 to 2, 2 to 3, and 3 to the 10,000 things. The I Ching maps this perfectly as well. It divides the workings of heaven and earth into 3 changes: the unchanging, the Wu-Ji heaven of truth; the changing, the Tai-Ji heaven of energy; the interacting, the Huang-Ji heaven of form. By understanding just these 3, we map everything we need to know. So when you say the word heaven, what do you picture? Have you ever pictured it as something inside you? Let's start with the outermost layer and find out. Let's move to part 2, form, the visible world. The heaven of form is exactly what it sounds like. It's the realm of shape upon shape and color upon color, the world of visible substance. In the sky, sun, moon, and stars. On the earth, mountains, rivers, animals, plants, and minerals. It is everything the eye can see and the hands can grasp. It's the entire material universe in 3 dimensions, including the very body you're sitting in right now. But here's the catch, and it's a big one. The layer that feels the most real to us is actually the layer that breaks first. As the Diamond Sutra and the prophet Isaiah both remind us, all conditioned things, like grass and flowers, fade like illusions. Everything assembled here is literally counting down. Now, we absolutely should love the world, work in it, and serve in it. But if we make the mistake of gripping what must break as if it were permanent, well, that is exactly where all our frantic grasping and fear of loss comes from. So let's just pause here for a second. If most of what you treasure today won't exist in 10 years, what have you ever done for the part of you that will? That question pulls us inward. Part 3, energy, the weather of the mind. Right beneath that visible surface is the second layer, the heaven of energy, or Qi. This is the realm of vital energy, the space between pure truth and solid form. Its function is this: currents flowing, rising and falling, silently driving the 4 seasons, beginning and ending all things. It's a ceaseless cycle. But then the chapter delivers this incredibly startling line. It says, "And the heavens and hells created by the likes and dislikes of human consciousness are also contained in this second world, the spiritual universe." Think about that for a moment. This isn't just cosmic weather out in the universe. This is the weather of your mind. Imagine a friend makes a mildly critical remark to you at 9 in the morning after a great cup of coffee. It's a small thing, right? You brush it off. Now imagine that exact same remark lands at 11 at night when you're completely exhausted. Suddenly, it feels like an absolute catastrophe. The event itself didn't change at all. The Qi inside you did. Based purely on our moods, our likes, and our dislikes, we build tiny heavens and tiny hells in our minds every single day.
Your breath, your emotions, your sudden surges of joy or worry, that is the heaven of energy operating inside you. It moves, it rises, it falls. So how do we handle this? Here's a very gentle, practical framework for your daily cultivation. A thought or a mood is not your essence. Don't fight it, because fighting it only feeds it energy. Instead, follow these 4 distinct steps. First, see the thought. Second, know it clearly. The moment it is truly seen, its grip on you is already broken. Third, do not respond or cling to it. And fourth, let it flow past like weather. We really don't have to obey every cloud that passes through our sky. As the Analects remind us, heaven turns without a single word. Thoughts arise and dissolve, and we can simply watch.
Think back to the emotion that shook you hardest today. Where is it right now? If it comes and it goes, is it really you, or is it just weather passing through you? And the one who just noticed it passing, who is that? By the way, if you are enjoying this explainer, please like, share, and subscribe. Okay, let's step into the absolute heart of the teaching.
Part 4, Truth, the Formless Real.
We are now at the deepest layer. The heaven of truth is true emptiness. No form or color. No sound or scent. Only one mass of numinous light. It is utterly still, vast beyond everything, yet supremely responsive. Look for it and it cannot be seen. Listen for it and it cannot be heard. Yet it embodies all things, leaving nothing out. It escapes every physical instrument, every sense organ we possess. And yet, it is the invisible, silent governor of it all. Because nothing gave birth to it, absolutely nothing can end it. While all things live, he surely exists. When all things perish, he still exists. It is a magnificent paradox. The form of the formless is called the real form. The body of the bodiless is called the real body. Everything that has a shape turns out to be a fragile bubble. The only real that will never betray you, never break on you, is the one without any shape at all. This is the absolute true self hidden inside us. It's the same formless, eternal essence pointed to by the Heart Sutra, by Lao Tzu in the Tao Te Ching, by the Quran, and when Jesus spoke of the kingdom of God being within you. Let's actually test this out right now. When you close your eyes in a quiet room and you drop every thought, so there is absolutely no thought at all, is there still one who knows there is no thought? The knowing itself didn't disappear, right? That silent, awake watcher inside you that makes no sound and has no shape. Who is that? That knowing is the heaven of truth. Moving on to part 5, the order of decay and how things come apart. Now that we have this map of the 3 layers, we arrive at the master key of the entire chapter, understanding exactly how these 3 layers assemble to make us and how they eventually come apart. Birth happens from the inside out. The unmoving truth gives rise to the currents of energy, and those currents of energy crystallize into form. But decay operates entirely in reverse. It is outside in. Form breaks fastest, energy disperses next, and truth remains completely unbroken. Think of it exactly like your smartphone. When it finally dies, the screen goes black and shatters. That's form breaking. The battery system stalls out and power stops flowing. That's energy dispersing. But the tiny memory card inside holds everything perfectly intact. You can take that card out, place it in a brand new device, and it reads out perfectly. The one that dies is not the one that leaves. The text lays this out for us by taking us right to the deathbed. Truth is the Buddha essence within the limitless. Energy is the yin and yang of Taiji. Form is shape and appearance. In birth, from truth arises energy, then from energy arises form. In decay, form breaks fastest, energy next, and truth does not break. Just as when a person comes to the end, first the eyes and ears dim, and the hands and feet lose feeling, then the breath stops and the spirit turns again into rebirth, cast toward another shell. As Ecclesiastes reminds us, the dust returns to the earth, but the spirit returns to God. But listen, we can't take false comfort here. Merely surviving into rebirth, wandering from shell to shell forever without rest, that is not the same thing as actually going home.
Let this question really linger in your mind for a moment. If the body will shut down one day, and it absolutely will, have you, while it's still running, ever once met the one who remains after shutdown? This is the exact pivot point where spiritual philosophy becomes an urgent, deeply personal call to awaken. Which brings us to part 6, cultivating the way home. This brings us to the absolutely unsoftened conclusion of the chapter. There are zero shortcuts around genuine spiritual cultivation if we want to stop wandering. Therefore, to escape rebirth, there is no way but to cultivate the Tao. Confucius said, "Hearing the Tao in the morning, one may die content that evening," which means precisely this: freedom from rebirth, the resolving of birth and death. He wasn't just expressing scholarly enthusiasm here. He was talking about the ultimate settling of our existential account. Hearing the Tao ends the wandering. Birth and death finally stop being a trap. Therefore, to escape rebirth and return to the heaven of truth, there is no way but to receive the Tao and cultivate the Tao. We need to be super clear on what this actually means. Cultivation is not about racking up merit points or just trying to be a slightly nicer person. Receiving the Tao opens the door. It shows you the exact point where the heaven of truth touches you inside. Cultivating the Tao is walking that road home. It means day by day handing the authority of your life back from your fluctuating moods and senses over to your true self. As taught in the Doctrine of the Mean and by the Sixth Patriarch, cultivation is simply living from that originally pure, unborn nature that heaven planted right inside you. The chapter seals the entire teaching with this beautiful promise. Nothing gave birth to him, and he is neither born nor destroyed. He is forever luminous, forever present, and forever the root of every kind of being. He isn't out there at the edge of the universe. He is the one looking through your eyes right now. So here's your 1-minute homework for tonight. It's the entire path in miniature. Tonight, sit quietly and just watch the weather of your mind. Watch your thoughts come and go. Don't fight them, don't follow them. Just see them clearly and let them pass like weather. The one who is watching, that quiet, awake presence, is your heaven of truth. Recognizing him is the very first step home. And every time you merely watch a mood instead of obeying it, you are quietly handing the seat of the master back to him. That is how you light the heart lamp. I'll leave you with this final, profound thought to take away. What would you stop fearing and stop chasing if you truly believed the watcher inside you cannot die? Gratitude for the grace of heaven and the virtues of the teachers. Thank you, everyone. See you next time.